Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, over the fields we go, laughing all the way.
Welcome back to the At Home with Roby show. I'm Ashley Davis along with Trent Haston from the Roby family of companies. Visit us today at andrewroby.com. That's Andrew, R-O-B-Y.com, or you can always find us at the WBT.com homepage. Trent, very special show today. Not only is it the holidays, but we have some very special members of the Roby family with us today.
Yes, we have, as I said on the first segment, we have Jeff Robinette, otherwise known as Mouse, and we have Bobby Reid, otherwise known as Slick. No, I don't really have a nickname for Bobby other than my boy. But Jeff's been with us since 1989. He refreshed me of that the other day because I was born in 78, and frankly, I've known Jeff and his two siblings and his parents, his late parents, my whole life. Jeff was born and raised on my road out on the river. So when my dad was building our house in 77 and 78, and then as he was finishing the house for the next 15 years, 20 years, I don't think it's finished today, Jeff was hanging out, kind of middle generation between me and my dad. He was hanging out in the basement with my dad as my dad was hanging drywall and stuff when I was 8 years old. But one thing about Jeff, if you've ever met Jeff, just tell the whole story about Jeff. Jeff's a very proud person. I love him to death. He's family, no question. And it's pretty cool. My kids, my 4-year-old, my 6-year-old, and my 7-year-old, my girls, finally have put together within the last couple months that Jeff, Timmy, and Lindsay are all brothers. And they're all Robinettes, and they've known me, their daddy, their whole life. So my kids call him Silly Jeff because they know a couple Jeffs. They have a serious Jeff at church that's pretty silly as well, but they call Jeff Silly Jeff. So I call Jeff up and I say, hey, I got this idea. I want to get you and Bobby on the radio. Come on the show. Jeff's immediate answer without even thinking about it is, heck no, I'm busy. I'm like, it's on Sunday. Come on, man. And I've told that story a couple of times since. And thank you for coming on the show, Jeff.
Well,
I know it's out of your comfort zone, but if I'd have said November 2018, I need you to come on the radio for an hour, you'd have told me you were busy and had a job to do for Miss Berry. I tried to size him up and say, what client? Because I know all Jeff's really good clients. And he's like, it's a new one. You don't know him.
That's right. You don't know this one.
So, Jeff, I know your nickname's Mouse. I don't know the full story. I don't think I've ever known it. Where did you get the nickname Mouse from?
I used to work for one of your other neighbors, Ken Haston, doing electrical work, and I did all the crawling in the attic, underneath the houses, and one day I was trying to get a screw out of a panel cover, and I couldn't get it out, and he reached over there and grabbed my screwdriver and goes, here, son, this is the way you do it. And he turned it, and it came right out. So he said, you're nothing but a little mouse. And that's the way I got the nickname. And
in our business, that's one heck of a nickname. I'll tell a story. Jeff does all my handyman work. Jeff actually mans our first handyman, official Honeydew handyman truck. Jeff drove a Roby electric truck for years and years for us, and then he worked with David Dilworth, amongst other people, on the carpenter crew for years and years. But Jeff helps me around the house, and he can do anything, literally do anything. And this is bought my house year or two in. Jeff's never heard me tell this story. I needed to add a water line. I was relocating my refrigerator from one wall to another, had wood panel walls out on my little river house, the cheap paneling, and the 1978 paneling. And I said, Jeff, I need to move my water line. I'm moving my refrigerator over here for my ice maker. And he goes, ha, ha, hoo, hoo, hoo. And he goes out, runs out to his van. I'm going, what's he doing? He brings back a cover for a cable outlet.
Yep.
He checks the size of the water line. He finds him a bit the size of the water line, drills it into the plastic cover, mounts it to the wall, fishes the water line through it. And I'm like, holy smokes, what is this guy doing? So, Jeff, I think it's really cool that you always make things work and you don't get caught up thinking about stuff. You just do it.
Well, no, I think about it all. I'll go to like some of our customer houses, and they'll want something added. I'll go through and look for working for your dad for so long. I learned the carpentry part. I know how stuff is built, so I'll go look at stuff and see which way I can do it without making holes. Just fish it in.
Oh, I'll tell you, you're the king of fishing stuff. You make all the other electricians look terrible, right? Hey, listen, when you add wires in existing houses and existing ceilings that have second floors above, you're going to have to cut some holes. Mr. Robinette doesn't like cutting holes. He doesn't like having David Fetter have to come fix stuff. He likes to handle it himself. So, pretty good skill set you got there.
I try.
That's good.
It's always nice to get things done any way you can, right, Jeff?
Yep.
Folks, if you're just tuning in, you're listening to the At Home with Roby show. Visit us today at andrewroby.com, or you can always give us a call at 704-334-5477. Jeff, or Mouse, if I can call you that.
That's fine.
Tell me, you've been here how long?
26 years.
26 years. What does that mean to you when you come into work every day and you're part of this Roby family? What does that mean to you? Not professionally, but personally.
Well, I've got all the friends.
Yeah.
Been through a lot of new guys, old guys, and the customers. I love all my customers.
He does love his customers, and like when he told me he was going to, after I begged him 18 times he was going to do the radio show, he said, I have my boy with me, and that's Bobby. So, Bobby, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
So, was it summer or Christmas break when we first worked together?
It was summer break when we first worked together, you and I, and it was something.
It was something.
It was something.
He ain't never seen a 120-pound scrawny boy work like I worked. I don't know. That's my vision of what it was.
You worked fine. You did wonderful. You did absolutely wonderful.
But now Bobby runs a couple crews. He runs and manages all of our equipment. He really maintains our warehouse and our yard. So this is what I always want to embody. When we have new guys come on board now, they see where you are today. But back then, I mean, you weren't driving a dump truck that
No,
first
sir.
day. What in the way on this earth you were going to touch a Bobcat, right?
No, sir. No, sir. Things was a little more manual, shall I say, and we've come a long ways over the years.
So what'd you call my dad?
That's Papa Ron.
Papa Ron.
That is Papa Ron.
So
Absolutely.
I think it was 95, 96 for Dad's Father's Day. Everybody called him Papa Ron, all my friends, and then everybody that worked at the company. I got him a personalized tag, which he was so cheap, so it really upset him that I paid for a personalized tag. But I got him a Papa Ron tag, and and though he was so cheap and didn't want to pay for a tag, he was very proud of that tag.
Absolutely.
Now, Bobby, you also help out and help me do stuff around the house, and every time you do, I revere both of you guys are great fathers. In the later years now, you every Saturday that you come out and do stuff, or you help a neighbor or something, or I see you, or I go by the shop on a Saturday and you're knocking around at the shop. Little Bobby's always with you.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
And my kids always want, where's little Bobby? And he's always smiling. You're always smiling. So that's special.
It is. It is. He's like I said, we're very thankful to be here and working for the Roby family. It has been a blessing for me, and I've learned a lot. Yeah, we do call him Papa Ron, but I had a special name for him myself, and it was Boss Daddy.
Boss Daddy. That's what I was actually going for.
Boss Daddy. Miss him a lot though. Wow. But learned a lot and just enjoy it. I enjoy it working for Roby. I always have. It's home, and we're like one big family here.
Well, I think we're going to go to break here in a second. You guys during break be thinking about a funny story you can tell over your years at the company. And I know that on Saturday mornings, Dad worked every Saturday, and he worked every Saturday. He'd go to breakfast with Jeff and knock around with Jeff. He actually was Jeff's laborer every Saturday. It was the one true day he didn't have me nagging on him from the office side saying, what about this, what about that, what about this? and they'd go eat breakfast every Saturday morning, and then he'd always hang out with Bobby at the shop.
Catch me at the shop.
So, all right.
All right, folks, stay with us. When we come back, we're going to hear about these stories from Bobby and Jeff. You're listening to the At Home with Roby show. Visit us today at andrewroby.com. That's Andrew, ROBY.com. Or you can always call us at 704-334-5477. Stay with us. We'll be right back.